Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. JS Dwayne here. Today's date is January the 21st, 2021. In today's video, I really wanted to talk about something that has been part of my life, even to this day, and it's part of my identity and is very important to me in my life. And, I wanted to expose my truth to everybody, to be very authentic, and to be my true self. And I'm part of the LGBT community. I'm openly gay and I've been out since I was 17 years old. I was more 17 than 18 when I came out. And I came out in 2005, which was 16 years ago, which is almost close to nearly 20 years. And I'm only 33 years old. And I've been out since I was a teenager. And it was not my choosing to come out because I really wanted to wait until I was about 18, 19 years old to come out, and a family member actually outed me. And I felt like it was not fair for that individual to out me like that, seriously. And that really bothered me for a while because I felt like I should have been a person to wait until it's time for me to come out to family members because I don't know what type of reaction I would have gotten if, I came out later in life. But I came out so early in my teen years and I didn't get, a lot of positive reaction from my older brother and then my father because when he found out about me, all hell broke loose and it was just very bad. And I think most fathers don't like when their sons are gay. And to be brutally honest with you, my father didn't raise me like that. I was raised in the system in my previous videos that I mentioned about a year and a half ago. So my father wasn't part of my life like that. And he outed me, and that really hurt my feelings, is because I really wanted to wait until I was older and I really had to learn how to be myself because I was at an age where body was changing. I was going through puberty. I was trying to get to know myself and I was trying to see if I liked it boys or girls and stuff like that. And I actually liked it on girls and boys. I was, bisexual, but I felt peer pressured by kids my age who was 16, 17, 18 years old. I was peer pressured. And I'm like, screw this. I'm just going to go the gay route because I felt like it would have been a lot more easier for me to be my true authentic self. But I did like both sexes. But I just felt like it was just, a waste of time me trying to be bisexual because, bisexual men always get a bad rap for liking both sexes. And, most girls that I know does not feel comfortable dating a guy that likes the same sex as them. And and this is within the Rochester and Syracuse area. And I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, not Western New York, where Rochester is. And I felt like my dad was wrong for outing me like that to people in his job. It was not cool. And my question to him is why? Why would you portray me like that? Why did you even hurt me? He felt like I was just being selfish and, all about myself, and that's not all. That's not all. Seriously, that's not it at all. And, at that time, I felt like he didn't really know me, especially him reuniting with me that year. And, he just didn't really get to know me like in that, intimate level is because he was always out all the time. And, I felt like he didn't really get to know the real me. And he felt that I was just, going through a phase and he felt like I was just being difficult at that time. And that's not the truth at all. And I feel like, he really wanted me to be very macho because he felt that, gay men are very feminine. And gay men, not all gay men are feminine. There's some masculine gay guys out there, and I'm one of those masculine gay guys. You know what I mean? What gay guy doesn't have feminine tendencies? Plenty do, or effeminate, but that doesn't really matter. But I just didn't like the way that he judged me when I first came out, and he was angry about it, throughout the years. He was bothered. Yeah, he felt that I hurt him so bad, and you don't know what I've been through. You haven't been in my shoes. Like if you was a parent, which he wasn't, you probably would have known what was going on in my childhood, and like he wasn't really there. So like throughout the next few years, he was angry at me, and I felt that he wasn't able to express himself towards me. If he felt that I hurt him for being my true self or being gay or bisexual. And when my mother found out about me being gay, she accepted me, despite her being from South Carolina, especially being from Andrews, near the Sandpit and Georgetown area and Pawleys Island. Being from a very conservative Southern family, my mom accepted me and she didn't really judge me like that, how my father did. And our relationship is messed up even to this day. I haven't really spoken to my dad in about 7 years, and I hope that one day we be able to, talk talk face to face. And I just want to see what has been bothering him towards me throughout the years because I feel like I wanted it to be my true self, and he wasn't around like that when I was a kid. And I feel like it was just not fair, and I feel like he was just being very selfish and very homophobic and very judgmental towards me. And it was numerous times where he was trying to, physically assault me towards, being myself. And I'm very lucky that he didn't throw me out for being gay. Like, there's some fathers that really throw their daughters and sons out for being gay, lesbian, or bisexual, or transgender, or queer, or non-binary. You know what I mean? Like, and there's some others that does it too. But I'm just very happy that he didn't do that to me. You know what I mean? Because I probably didn't know what would have happened if, that happened. If I was thrown out, I probably would have been homeless in Rochester. I would have been having a whole lot of personal issues, regarding me being myself. And, I probably would have been going through a lot of depression as a teenager because I didn't really go through that much depression as a teenager. Like, I went through more of it in my 20s and early 30s. And, and I, didn't care what he thought about me being gay, even if I was bisexual. Like, I wouldn't care at all, and I wouldn't give my dad any type of validation towards me being LGBT, and that's it. You know what I mean? And I feel like we still have to talk about these type of issues even to this day, despite me deciding to cut him off from my life because I feel like he betrayed me, and I feel like he hasn't really been the best father in my life, and I feel like he haven't really been loyal to me, throughout the years. And there's more to the situation that I can't really talk about on YouTube, but it's more of a family matter. And I was able to let that out, about a week and a half ago to a family friend, and she felt very sorry for me. And, she really wanted to cry for me because it's a very personal matter, towards why me and my father don't really have that strong relationship like we usually do. Because, parts of the reason why I don't talk to him is because I came out as gay. That's part of it, but there's more to it that I can't really talk about on here. And it's a family thing, and it deals with being a backstabber and portraying your children and hurting them and mistreating them. And it really sucks that I have to really deal with that. Because my older brother, who's a pastor, did me the same way. And I told my older brother, you need to accept me for who I am, and I'm not changing for you or nobody in the family. And, I was complaining to my mother way before she died. I think this was a year before she passed away. I was having problems with my older brother, who was a pastor. He's my first older brother. It's because I have two older brothers on my mom's side, and I have one younger brother on my dad's side. So I was referring to my first older brother, who was a pastor. And I feel like he was judging me and putting me down. And I feel like, after my mom's funeral back in 2009, I felt that he, decided to accept me. And it wasn't easy for him to accept me for who I am, but we started to talk. And, it was not that easy of a conversation at all, but I think he's coming around it, you know what I mean? And I'm going to be my true self at all times. And my sisters, they love me for who I am. They didn't judge me. And my older brother, he didn't judge me either. Like my second older brother, he didn't really judge me like that. And then my little brother on my dad's side, like my father didn't really want my younger brother to really know that I was gay. Like he didn't want to know that I was gay. Like he didn't want my half brother to know that I was gay. Like he was very embarrassed by me being who I am, and it was just humiliating at that time because back then I probably thought that it didn't really bother me, but I didn't think that it would have bothered my dad to a degree where he didn't really want my half brother or brother to know that I was gay or bisexual. You know what I mean? Like he was embarrassed, and he should have told me this if I heard his legacy. You know what I mean? And I just felt that you know he just didn't really, accept me for who I am, and I just feel that way. Like he tell me that he accepts me, but in my spirit, I felt like he didn't really accept me at all, based on the reactions, especially him being angry towards me throughout the years or anything like that. And I just can't have that type of energy around me because I'm such a positive person. You know what I mean? And I'm just full of positive energy. And I feel like, me coming out to him, I feel like his aura was bringing me down. And I felt like there's sometimes I really wanted to break down and cry because I really wanted to have him to love me for who I am. Like how my mother and my sisters love me for who I am. I really wanted my father to really love me for who I am. And I felt like he really didn't. There are some young kids that comes out nowadays, like about 12, 13 years old. Like, they come in towards puberty, getting to know themselves, especially at a young age. And at first, it confused me at first. I'm like, these young kids haven't really been through anything in their lives yet. They going through puberty, they trying to get to know themselves, and their bodies is completely changing. And plus, they getting taller and taller and taller. You know what I mean? And their sexual reproductive organs is changing each and every single day during puberty. So a lot of them is getting to know themselves, and there's some people that feel that they were born in the wrong body. That's what you call transgender. Because I feel like the word transsexual is a little bit, rude. But transgender is the correct term. And like there's some that, come out at a very young age. And like I mentioned back in my original coming out video, I mentioned about Isaiah Larkin. He's a biracial black and white YouTuber. He's almost 19 years old now. As like when I mentioned it in my original video, back in 2019, that October, he was 13 when he came out to his father. His father was a Caucasian male. His father was a white man. And he came out to his father, and the little boy, Isaiah, looked like he was very scared, and he felt like his father probably wouldn't accept him for who he was. And he was 13 at the time. This was about 5, 6 years ago. And when he came out to his father as gay, his father accepted him for who he was, and his father didn't really belittle him. Unlike my father belittled me. He talked about me to his friends at his job and at the University of Rochester, and I found out. And when I found out about it, I was so embarrassed. Like, I really wanted to scream at my father for embarrassing me like that, and humiliating me, and talking about your personal issues to to your friends at your job, bringing your personal issues regarding your children to your friends at your job. I felt like it was just very inappropriate, and I felt like it was not his friend's business. You know, if anything was bothering him at that time, he should have spoke with family. You know, and there's some people out there doesn't like talking their business to other people, because there's some people that don't really trust other people out there. But I said in my original video, like, Isaiah Larkin is very lucky that he has parents that really love him for who he is. And I wish that I had that same support from my own father. And I felt like he didn't really accept me at all. And my question to him when I see him again is why? Like, why would you do this to me? Like, why didn't you accept me for who I am? Did you have something against LGBT people? Like I have a lot of questions to him. You know what I mean? It's because I had so much bottled up within my own system, and I felt like I was about to explode. You know what I mean? And not everybody coming out experiences is like mine. There's some that are, you know, very happy in the middle, bad, even worse than mine's. And, you know, it's, you know, very sad that, you know, there's some LGBT people, especially teenagers, wasn't able to express themselves because they was bullied, you know, in school. And I was bullied, you know, because of who I am and stuff like that, you know, how I sounded back when I was a kid. And, you know what I mean? And I was coming into my own shell. And, you know, and I didn't sound like how I sound now, you know, and I'm getting older. I'm near 35 years old. I'm 33, about to turn 34. So my body went through so many changes throughout the years. Within the last 20 years of my existence, my body went through so many changes. And I felt like I already know myself. I know what type of person I am. I know what to do and what not to do. And you can't really take that away from me. And I'm just the best confident person that I will ever will be. And, you know, I know that I'm a male, and I'm always going to be a male. There's, you know, some gay guys, new age gay guys, that they female to male transgender males, and that's okay as well. And there's some gay guys that they transgender women too. So it doesn't really matter who you date. Is that the type of person that I will date? Probably not. I don't know. But, you know, I'm more old school. I'm more of an old school gay guy when it comes to dating. But new age gay guys are dating female to male transgender individual nowadays as well, you know, and to each of their own. It's not for everybody, and it's more for different folks out there, you know what I mean? Because everybody needs love as well as I do. And everybody needs love too. And, you know, it was just a lot for me to, you know, deal with at that time. And when I first did my original coming out video, you know, I felt like, you know, when I first did the video, it was all over the place. And I felt like it was a little too long. So I really wanted to shorten it to be in more stable state of mind. Because I felt like when I first did that video, I felt like I wasn't in a very good state of mind at that time. Because I was very frustrated, you know, on that video. And I wanted to come out to express how I feel a year and a half later, almost 2 years since I did that original video, because I actually deleted the video because I wasn't really satisfied, because I felt like I was all over the place at that time, and I felt like it was just so long of a video. And I felt like me redoing it, you know, made me feel a lot more better, that I was able to get myself out there, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, won't be able to put themselves out there like that. And there's some people that are very shy and very timid individuals that are LGBTQ. You know what I mean? There's some people that are very shy. There's some people that, you know, wait until they become a grown up, like my age, to come out. Because probably they feel that their family probably won't accept them for who they are. And I didn't realize at 17, 18 years old that I've been part of a situation where physical abuse happened with me coming out. I didn't think stuff like this would happen to me. You know what I mean? And I just wish that, my family, especially my father, did this a little differently. But, because my father only has two sons. And, what type of example would you what example would you give to my younger brother? You know what I mean? Because my younger brother is not gay. He's straight. He has three kids. So what example would you give my brother? And my brother wasn't around me like that because I met my younger brother when I was 25 years old. So I was an adult when I met him. And, it sucks that, your younger brother probably don't even want a relationship with you because of what, your father has been saying to him. And, at the end of the day, I don't care if I don't have a relationship with my half brother. If he feels that he doesn't want to meet me because I'm gay, that's fine. I'm not bothered because I have siblings and friends that love me for who I am. And I'm not going to change myself for nobody at all. Like, bump that. I'm just not going to do that. Like, just no way in hell. And there's people on YouTube that does, coming out stories just like I did. And, from the time when I was, younger, I wasn't too sure if I liked it boys or girls, you know what I mean? And it was just, a confusing time in my life. Like, because lots of boys love girls. Like, there are some boys that do crazy naughty stuff when they young. And with me, I wasn't in that category. So I didn't know what I liked. And I liked it boys and girls back when I was a teenager, when I was 17, about to turn 18, when I first, got to really know myself. And I felt that I was being peer pressured by my peers. And that's when I decided to go the gay route. Because back when I was younger, a lot of people probably thought I was gay at that time. How can a little child be gay? Like, I just don't understand people's mindset back in the 90s at all. I just don't understand it. It was confusing at the time. I'm like, why would they question a little 9-year-old kid um knowing themselves? Because most 9-year olds play in the playground, you know, most 9-year olds doesn't really care about sexuality and stuff like that. I thought that was more of a teenager or an adult thing, you know what I mean? A 9-year old should not know about sexuality at all or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's years to come, you know what I mean? And I felt that I was bullied in a situation and I was bullied towards the same thing in high school. And back then I felt like, kids was bothering me, picking on me and stuff like that towards how I sounded and stuff like that. But, I didn't really care at all because I didn't really give a damn. I didn't. And when I came back to my old high school in Syracuse my senior year, a lot of people didn't really know I was LGBT until I told them. And I think a few of them was shocked that I was. Because I didn't really broadcast my business like that. There's some that knew that I was gay, but there's some that didn't really know at all. Like my history teacher actually told, kids in my history class back in 12th grade that I was gay, and some of them was very shocked that I was. But when they saw me, they was very uncomfortable because they was so scared that I might hit on them. Like, no, I will not hit on you at all. Like, I don't have to hit on you. Like, seriously, not everybody's gonna be my type because there's always a stereotype that gay guys will always hit on straight men, and there's some that do that, but not me. Like, I would never do that at all. Like, there's some that accuse me of hitting on them, but or looking at them a certain way, but no, like, no, why would I do that? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you're not my type, so you can't come around here assume that I'm looking after you or checking you out because that's not the outcome at all. and because I was trying to get to know myself. Because God give everybody's eyes so that I can actually see. And God give everybody eyes so that everybody in this world can see. You know what I mean? And there's some people that are blind as well. And that's very unfortunate. But God give everybody's eyes so that we can see around our surroundings. And I wasn't trying to hit on nobody or look at a person a certain type of way at all. And I wasn't even bothered at all. Like, it was a few times where that happened back when I was in my, you know, 20s. Like, a dude, started accusing me of looking at him a certain way, and I'm like, I don't have time for this, and I just ignored him because I don't have the time. I probably would have gotten into an argument or a physical altercation, which I don't need to be going to jail for because I don't have time for that because I have a life, I work, so I don't really have time for that. So I just really wanted to, redo this coming out story because I feel like it was all over the place, and I feel like I wasn't really in my state of mind back in that time period, or back 2 years ago or a year and a half ago when I originally did the video. I feel like I wasn't there yet, and I really wanted to, be true to myself and come out to you guys that are subscribed to my channel, because I have to say thank you guys for really being there for me throughout this period, of difficulty. And also, getting to really know myself, because I've been out there for 16 years. Because when I did the original video, I was out 14 years, during that time, almost 15. But it's been 16 years for me. And I cannot believe it's been that long, me coming out. And to share my story so that everybody who's gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, even non-binary and pansexual can identify with me and realize, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm going through the same thing that he's going through or she's going through, you know what I mean? And I'm just, trying to, I try to, I try to, you know, share my story out so that everybody can identify with me, and to know that you guys are not the only one who's, dealing with being LGBT, out, especially in this day and age. And people's coming out, even in 2021, even 2020, people are coming out more and more each day. And there's some people out there that, is very comfortable being themselves nowadays. And back 16 years ago, which was 6 years after 1999, was hard. It was very difficult back then. But I'm accepting myself more and more each day, and I'm not going to change for nobody, and I'm going to be very comfortable with my own skin. Alrighty, you guys. Peace and love to everybody, and you guys have a very good morning, day, and night, wherever you at in this world. Alright, good day, people, and peace to all.